Konnichiwa, minasan! Today we will learn how to express the duration of an activity in Japanese. In English, when we want to express the duration of an activity, we use these words: for an hour, for 2 hours, for 3 hours. I walked for an hour. I watched for 2 hours. I studied for 3 hours. Now, to express this duration of an activity in Japanese, we use the word jikan. Jikan. So, this is the equivalent of the phrase for blank hour, or for an hour, for 3 hours, etc. For example, ichi jikan. Ichi jikan for 1 hour. Ichi jikan. Or it can also be expressed as for an hour. For an hour. Mary-san wa Takeshi-san no 1 jikan machimashita. Mary-san wa Takeshi-san no 1 jikan machimashita. Mary waited for Takeshi for an hour. For an hour. Ni jikan. Ni jikan for 2 hours. Ni jikan. For 3 hours. San jikan. San jikan. For 4 hours. Yo jikan. Yo jikan. Not yon as in the counting of numbers, but yo. Yo jikan. Yo jikan. Now, to express the word about, or for the approximate measurement of the duration of an activity, we say gurai. Gurai. Gurai is the equivalent of about. Go jikan gurai for about 5 hours. Go jikan gurai for about 5 hours. Watashi wa Nihongo o 5 jikan gurai benkyou shimashita. I studied Japanese for about 5 hours. Watashi wa Nihongo o 5 jikan gurai benkyou shimashita. Watashi wa Nihongo o 5 jikan gurai benkyou shimashita. I studied Japanese for about 5 hours. 6 jikan gurai. 6 jikan gurai for about 6 hours. And so on. Now to say and a half for blank hours and a half, we use han. Han. 8 jikan han. 8 jikan han for 8 hours and a half. 8 jikan han. 8 jikan han. Or for number 9, 9 jikan han. 9 jikan han. Here in number 9, we do not use the normal number pronunciation of 9. Q, we say ku. Ku, not Q. Ku. 9 jikan han. 9 jikan han. This is an example. Resun no 3 jikan han yomimashita. I read my lessons for 3 hours and a half. Resun no 3 jikan han yomimashita. I read my lessons for 3 hours and a half. Now, to say for about hour and a half, we just add the gurai at the end of the phrase. Jikan han gurai. jikan han gurai. Ichi jikan han gurai, for about an hour and a half. Ichi jikan han gurai, for about an hour and a half. Shichi jikan han gurai. Shichi jikan han gurai. Shichi jikan han gurai, for about 7 hours and a half. Here, as you can see, jikan, then followed by han. Not gurai first, han first. Han, then gurai. The number, then jikan, then han, and then gurai. Remember the word order of the phrase. Sakuya wa shichijikan han gurai nemashita. Sakuya wa shichijikan han gurai nemashita. I slept for about 7 hours and a half last night. So here, gurai can also translated to yaku. Yaku and gurai are both the same. They mean about, but yaku is more formal, while gurai is more conversational and casual. So in conversation, we say gurai, but yaku can also be acceptable. So here, we add yaku before the number, not after the number. So, yaku go jikan. Yaku go jikan for about 5 hours. Yaku go jikan. Yaku go jikan. Now we can add han. So, yaku go jikan han for about 5 hours and a half. Yaku go jikan han. Watashi wa yaku go jikan hatarakimashita. Watashi wa yaku go jikan hatarakimashita. Watashi wa yaku go jikan hatarakimashita. Or watashi wa yaku go jikan han hatarakimashita. Watashi wa yaku go jikan han hatarakimashita. I worked for about 5 hours and a half. Exercise. Now we're going to formulate sentences using the word jikan, jikan gurai, jikan han, etc. For example, I slept for 8 hours. This is translated as Watashi wa hachiji nemashita. Watashi wa hachiji nemashita. Alright, now I'm going to give 3 sentences and try and translate it with the use of jikan in the sentence. You can pause the video and formulate the sentences. Alright, for the first part, Mary played tennis for 2 hours this morning. And this is translated as Mary-san wa kesa 2 jikan tenisu wo shimashita. Mary-san wa kesa 2 jikan tenisu wo shimashita. For the second sentence, he studied for 4.5 hours last night. And this is translated as Kare wa sakuya 4 jikan han benkyou shimashita. Kare wa sakuya 4 jikan han benkyou shimashita. Okay? 4 jikan han. 4 jikan han. And for the last part, Yuki watches a movie for about 3.5 hours. This is translated as Yuki-san wa eiga o 3 jikan han gurai mimasu. Yuki-san wa eiga o 3 jikan han gurai mimasu. Yuki-san wa eiga o 3 jikan han gurai mimasu. Okay, I hope you have learned something today. and I wanna thank you all for watching my video. If you have some questions on the Japanese grammar or in this topic, please free to comment. If you find my videos and my channel useful and interesting, please like my videos and subscribe to my channel. I will be posting more videos on the Japanese grammar, on the Japanese vocabulary in the near future. Mita korete! Arigato! Mata aimashou!